everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be learning how to cut this beautiful overbust mini dress with an asymmetric exaggerated hip line. So if it's something you would love to learn, do well to watch to the end of the video, like, share and subscribe. So without further ado, let's jump right into the main video. So I'm going to rule a line across here, which is going to serve as our shoulder line and our starting point. So from there I'm going to come down to take my vertical measurement. From my shoulder to my bust point is 9.5 inches. I'll mark that, then extend the point across. Then from the shoulder line again, I'm going to come down to my under bust point. From my shoulder to my under bust is 12 inches. I'll mark that, then extend the point across. Then from the shoulder line again, I'm going to come down to mark my waist point. From my shoulder to my waist point in front is 16 inches. You know, from your shoulder to your waist point in front and back is not the same, so do well to take the measurement appropriately. Then I'll extend this point across. Then from the shoulder line again, I'm going to come down to mark the full length. So I'm going to be using 24 inches as the full length. It depends on what you want. You can make your own longer or shorter than this. It depends on the style you are going for. All right, so I'm going to use 24 inches as the full length. I'll go ahead and extend this point across. I'll level my lines appropriately. This is my full length, this is my waistline, my under bust line and my bust line. This is my shoulder line. I'm going to come to the shoulder line, divide my shoulder by 2, which is 7 inches. I'm going to mark it right here. At that point, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my neck width of 3 inches. I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the neck width. I'm going to come down to mark my neck depth of 3 inches, though we'll not be needing this neck, but it's just for a guide so that the beginners in the house will understand what a basic bodice looks like. All right, I'm going to come down to mark my chest line. To get your chest line, you're going to divide your bust by 6, add 1.5 inches, and that gives me 7. I will extend this point across. I'll label this the chest line. On my chest line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurements here, just to have a straight line from up. Then I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the point we just marked on the chest line. I'm going to come to this line, divide what I have here into 2 to get the midpoint, which is 3.5. At the midpoint, I'll go in by half an inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4. I'm going to mark it right here on the chest line. Then I'm going to connect from here all the way to the chest line to form my armhole. The next thing is to mark my dart, and to mark your dart, you're going to divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2. That is your bust span. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. I'm going to mark it on the bust line, under bust line and waistline and all the way to the full length. I'll go ahead and connect all these points together with a straight line. I'm going to come to the under bust line here. I'm going to mark half an inch on both sides of this line and take it all the way to the full length. But if you're a plus size person, you can mark 1 inch on both sides. All right, I'll do the same thing on the full length, half inch on both sides, and I'll use a straight line to just connect all these points together. So I'm going to come to the bust line, come down by 1 inch. The reason why we are doing this is because we don't want any form of pointiness or sharp edge around this area. Then I'll just connect with my curve rule this way. So the next thing, I'm going to take this to the midpoint of my armhole because we are using a princess dart for this dress. And this is what we have. I'm going to tighten up this place. So I'm going to come down by 1 inch from this line and connect it back into the original line this way. So I'm going to extend this line here. So I'm going to replace the 1 inch we came down here so that we don't have any shortage when we are joining our fabric. Then I'll extend this point to the 1 inch. I'll also replace the 1 inch on the chest line here, and I will connect my armhole. The next thing is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust measurement, so I will mark my under bust divided by 4 here, replace the 1 inch for that. I'll come to the waistline, divide my waist by 4. I'll mark it right here, then replace the 1 inch for that. I'll come to the hip line here, mark my hip measurement divided by 4 here. I'll replace the dart, then add extra 2 inches to the measurement. You can do more than 2, you can do 3, but maximum is 4 inches. It depends on how big you want the hip to be. All right, but since we don't have much space here, I'll just add only 2 inches to my hip measurement after replacing the darts. All right, so like I said, it depends on how big or exaggerated you want your hip to be. So I'll just go ahead and connect all these points together. So this is what we have. I'm going to snatch my waist by 1 inch. So I'm going to come in from the waistline from the actual measurement by 1 inch. But this is optional. If you don't want to snatch your waist, you can just maintain your actual measurement. I'm just going to connect like this and then connect it all the way back like this. So we don't need this first line again. So the next thing we're going to do right now is to mark our bust dart. And to mark your bust dart, this is the difference you have from your shoulder to your waist in front and back. From my shoulder to my waist in front is 16, while the back is 14.5 inches. So the difference is 1.5 inches. I'm going to come down by that 1.5 inches from the bust line and connect it this way. By the time you close your bust dart, you see that you have both the back and the front pattern equal. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do right now is to work on the neck. So I'm going to come down from my shoulder line by 3.5 inches. You can do 4 inch. All right, you can do 4 inches, and then I'm just going to connect with my curve rule all the way into the armhole like so. And this is basically it. The next thing is to work on the hemline. So I'm going to come up here by 2 inches. Then I'll come down here by 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to connect from here all the way to the 2 inch. You can see the way I'm connecting it. I just connect from here all the way. Then to connect to the other side, I'm going to close down my dart. Make sure to close down your dart so that you don't have any distorted line. All right, then I'll just connect from there to the end of my paper like so. This is very easy to do, and this is basically for the front. We just go ahead and cut this out. Make sure to close down your bust dart before cutting so that you can adjust your line properly if they are not aligning. So this is what we have. So for this dress, you can see that it has joining from the waist, but if you want to leave it this way, it's fine. But we are recreating what we have on the thumbnail, so I'm going to cut the waist. I'm going to cut from the waist like this, and we're going to rejoin it when we are sewing this. So let's say this is the upper part and the other part is the lower part, which is the skirt part. You can see what we have here. This is basically it for this tutorial. So I just use my tape to just tape it so that you understand what I'm talking about. So this is the side front, the center front, and then the side front for the upper part, and then this is the center front for the skirt part, and then the side front for the skirt part. You can see. So we are going to cut this like this on our fabric and then join it back. So this is like a mini dress. You understand what I am trying to explain here? This is like a mini dress. So this one is the down part, and then the other part is the upper part. So we are going to keep this aside so that I can work on the back pattern. So I have my zipper allowance of 1 inch here, and I've already gone ahead to take my necessary measurement, my bust point, waist, and the full length. So I'm going to come to the shoulder line here. Make sure your measurements are taken after your zipper allowance. Mark my shoulder measurements here. Come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my neck width of 30 inches. Connect from the shoulder slope to the neck width. I'll come down to mark my chest line using the same formula we use for the front. Divide your bust measurement by 6, add 1.5 inches. I'm going to extend the point across. So this is my chest line. On my chest line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here, and I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to that point. I'll come to this line, divide what I have here into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint. The midpoint of 7 is 3.5. And at that point, I'll come in by 1/2 inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4. I'll go ahead and connect all these points to form my armhole. We are basically repeating what we did on the front pattern. Next thing is to mark our dart. Divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2, just the way we did on the front pattern. I'm going to mark it on the chest line, bust line, waist line, and all the way to the full length. I'll go ahead and connect all these points together with a straight line. So I'm going to come to the waistline. I'm going to mark 1/2 inch on both sides of this line. I'll come down by 6 inches, which is going to be the length of our dart. Then from the chest line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. I'll just go ahead and connect my dart. So the next thing is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust measurement. I'll come to the waistline, mark my waist measurement divided by 4, replace the dart. I'll come to the full length. I'm going to mark my hip measurement here, then add extra 2 inches, just the way we did for the front. Remember that we didn't add any sewing allowance to this measurement, so do well to add your sewing allowance when you are cutting on your actual fabric, or better still, you can do it on your pattern paper. I'll come in on the waistline by 1 inch, just the way we did for the front. We are snatching it by 1 inch, but like I said, this is not compulsory, this is optional. If you don't want to snatch your waist, you can just leave it as it is, use your normal or your actual measurement. All right, so the next thing, I'm going to come to the waistline here, mark ½ inch on the zipper allowance here. The reason why we are doing this is to prevent our zip from bulging. So the excess we are supposed to have here, that is what we are going to take out. So this is very important, make sure to do this. You are going to cut this excess out. So once you do this, your zipper is going to lay very flat at the back. So I just want to give my back a little curve, so I'm just going to come down by ½ inch from here, and I'll connect it back into the line this way. This is not compulsory. If you want, you can leave it straight like that. Just want to give it a nice curve at the back. And this is basically it for the back pattern. I'm just going to give the hem a little style line here. I'm just going to come up here by 1.5 inches and connect it back this way. And this is basically it for the back pattern. I'll just go ahead and cut this out. So this is the down part for the back, and this is the upper part. This is the side back, this is the upper part. All right, I'm just going to join it with my tape here like this, so that I can cut it as one piece, so that I don't have too many pieces to join. It depends on what you want though. If you find this video helpful, do it to like, share, subscribe. If you have any question, do it to drop it in the comment section, and I'll do it to attend to all your questions. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.